first started writing the record on the bus while we were on tour. The way it started was I downloaded a bunch of break beats, kind of really like fast dance beats from the internet, and I decided I downloaded like 150 or 180 of them, and I went through and picked my favorite 50 of them, and then I was planning on writing music for every beat that I downloaded. I actually wrote music for 5 of the beats, not 50 of them, and but I only liked what I did with 2 of them. Those turned into the song Eat, Sleep, Repeat and Careful Now. Those are the first 2 songs we wrote for the record.
We're here to write our new record in beautiful Danforth Chapel at Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida.
This is Danforth Chapel that I'm sitting in right now. We picked this space for a couple reasons. This is on the campus of Florida Southern College, where I went to school for a year. My old band used to practice here every once in a while, and I knew that it didn't get used for much, especially during the summer, and so we made a couple calls, and they were kind enough to let us use the space. And so all these buildings on campus are really beautiful because they're all Frank Lloyd Wright architecture, designed really uniquely, and just kind of gave us a cool atmosphere. This is the first time we were really able to feel like we were writing music for a space. It definitely helped a lot that I was home. We were able to kind of make our own schedule and write as we felt inspiration. Every other time we've written music, it's always been in a bedroom or a basement or a warehouse or a church Sunday school room or something, something that's not nearly as beautiful and artistic as this. We didn't write every day, we didn't work on stuff every day, but I was just home living my normal life, which seemed like it'd been forever since I actually spent time home and actually had a normal life. When your whole life is just riding to the next show, loading in, playing the show, and then going to sleep, there's only so much you can pull from it. It really feels like sometimes you have to take a step back from your daily routine and just try to look at your life as a whole, and the minute you get into something else and you're able to see it from a different view, you seem to get a lot more insight on life.
I'd say that sounds pretty sweet for no EQ or nothing. We need some attack.
Yeah.
But that's got a niceness to it. It does.
We've done a lot of records with Matt Goldman. He's done every Copeland release. And personally, I've recorded with Matt before I was in Copeland with a lot of records. So there's a long history with Matt. And I know on this record we'd pursued a couple other producers just to try something a little different because it was such a drastic change in direction, what we were trying to go for. And just in talking with the people who were available and looking at our options, we decided that we'd feel much better we'd feel better going someplace where we were comfortable, going back with Matt Goldman. I love recording drums with Matt Goldman. He's a drummer himself, and I have a lot of respect for him and his opinion, and I think he really challenges me to get good stuff on records, and I think he's a big help as far as my drumming goes on records. So it felt nice to be at Matt Goldman's again. I'm waiting to record a song called Televisions. I'm eating a delicious Zestos treat. And what's awesome is that none of them can hear me. I know you can hear them, but they can't hear me. So I could say something like, Brian's a poo-poo head. And he has no idea I'm saying, Brian is a poo-poo head, Brian is a poo-poo head. He has no idea. I will say that I heard that. I could say, Aaron is a poo-poo head, Aaron is a poo-poo head. I can also say, Matt Goldman is a poo-poo head. Matt Goldman is a poo-poo head. They have no idea between you and I. Who even knows what they're talking about? I just want to record some drums. Thank you because you loved me and sold on me, 'cause I didn't want to stay.
This record was the first record that I've ever like made an effort to be almost theatrical with the delivery of the vocals. And my voice isn't very dynamic, so it's a very subtle difference. But I think if you listen to a lot of the parts where the music's a little stripped down, like on verses, for instance, the verses of Control Freak, my voice sounds a lot more, but just putting a lot more different emphasis, like stronger emphasis on the things that need emphasis, and making everything else really tender to just create a much more dynamic vocal performances than I've ever done before. And so that was one thing that was definitely a conscious effort, just to bring a new kind of like a new character, a new kind of charisma to the vocal takes.
You lose your mind if you lose control. It makes you feel ashamed for the hearts you stole. And now your own heart's scared of an attack, 'cause you can't give them back. You're stressing me out and you prove me wrong. You're wearing me out 'cause I've searched so long. You're freaking me out. You're freaking me out. And I could run like a coward for the door, but I'll never get out. You're freaking me out. I don't know how to. I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
We had a pretty dark sound for the record, and I had some samples of artwork by an artist named Jamie Adams, and I looked through it several times and nothing really caught my eye. But then late one night, I was going through the samples and realized that one of them, somehow I had missed it a billion times over, but one of the paintings really, really matched the sound of the record. It was really straightforward and simple at first glance, but on a deeper look, you realize it's a lot more creepy and interesting than you would first notice. And even without any text on it, all I did is I made it square, and I sent it to the rest of the band and wondered what they thought of it, and immediately everybody grabbed onto it. It just perfectly fit the sound, more than I guess I had even thought.
Have you ever seen a sunrise before you go to bed? 'Cause I know that Aaron sees them every day before he lays his head.
The title of the record is Eat, Sleep, Repeat. It's basically kind of it's just a phrase that kind of captures the mundane, the monotonous parts of life, and the kind of hopeless state that life and love can put you in. So we have life that's very mundane and trying at times, but the only thing that makes it worth it is love. But love is this complicated and at times very painful thing. So the record talks a lot about the balance of those, and particularly when the balance gets off, and how what that does to a person.
Eat, Sleep, Repeat is the soundtrack to someone looking inside themselves and realizing what they really think, what they really care about, what they really need in life, but possibly haven't noticed before.
Life can be mundane and life can seem meaningless, but it all seems to be made worth it when you throw love into the equation. And the record deals with a lot of different looks at love, not all positive.
Is it any surprise that you feel so overrun? And all this time you had no one to tell you how to love. And do you think it's unwise to go and break yourself on this one? And all this time you didn't know love, you didn't know love, you didn't know love, you didn't know love.
It's always hard to know how fans are going to respond. I think there's going to be a lot of kids who love it instantly and a lot of people who hate it instantly.
They'll certainly find Copeland qualities in it and familiarities.
But they'll also hear something more than we've given them in the past.
I think lyrically it touches on some of the same emotions that Beneath the Medicine Tree did. And I think people will relate to the lyrics a little bit more than they did in Motion.
Yeah, when I think about fans' reactions, my initial instinct is just kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that everyone kind of follows what we're doing. And I know that we lost some people back. I mean, when we did our second record, people liked the first record the best. So to some extent, I have to not care. I just have to make the record the best record I can and let everyone just take it for what it is. I hope everyone likes it, but I know that you can't please everyone.
They're gonna come to light tonight. They're gonna come to light tonight, but not for the last time.
How do you enjoy recording?
I hate it.